Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. America as we know it will likely cease to exist within the very first year of a Trump presidency. We will likely see currency collapse, a bank crisis, domestic warfare, and likely even secession or nullification efforts by various states. Blue states may even refuse to recognize Trump as president, deciding instead to recognize their own president and move their capital to California. We could quickly find ourselves living in the divided states of America with all of the economic and geopolitical chaos that you might expect. Ladies and gentlemen, during this video we are going to talk about what will happen, or an analysis of what can happen, better said, once 45 becomes 47. I've told you in the past that either way things are going to be very tough for America, and just wait until you hear what they have to say on this article. Trump is going to win big, and then the real fireworks begin. America won't survive as we know it for even 1 year. Man, that is a very bold statement. I've said several times that in my lifetime at least, I believe that America will be called by a different name because it will be a different country than what it is now. Before we get into this, let me tell you that Opus is going to have an incredible sale. Their upcoming Black Friday promotion will be the best deals that they have ever had. So from the 5th to the 19th of November, you can purchase a coupon voucher for $1, kind of similar to the one that they did just a while back. Then during the Black Friday sale dates of 20 November to 5 December, you will be able to use the voucher you purchased and my 5% discount code for the lowest prices that they've ever offered. Opus was willing to give me the sale prices up front, and they really are the lowest that they've offered so far. So get your $1 coupons from 5 to 19 November so that you can use them during the sale thereafter. And in addition to their sale, ladies and gentlemen, there is going to be a very nice giveaway associated with this sale that they're having starting on the 20th of November. But let's get back to our story. First off, Trump is going to win big on this upcoming contest. He is estimating that he will get between 325 to 350 electoral votes. And here they say that the Fifth Circuit Court decision last Friday declared that all mail-in ballots must arrive by Election Day, and this puts a damper on their plan. Even though the Fifth Circuit technically doesn't have legal jurisdiction over all 50 states, its decision is a court precedent that can be cited by GOP attorneys in other states and expanded by other local district courts. It's also likely to go to the Supreme Court pretty soon, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, they say. And there, it also seems like the Supreme Court will concur with the Fifth Circuit Court's decision. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the contest of all contests. In my opinion, like I stated before, this is going to determine what America looks like 20 years from now, or from when you leave it to your children. So what kind of country is it that you want to leave your children? One where they will have zero freedoms, or one where they will be able to aspire to be the best version of themselves? Once Trump is declared the winner, they say, anti-American forces will unleash violence and chaos. Once Trump wins the election, all hell will break loose across America. This is when the radical left activates every asset they control to cause mass chaos and violence across America. This would include activating the millions of military-age males that have illegally crossed the border in order to occupy the nation in preparation for sabotage operations. Oh, AP, you're such a conspiracy theorist. First, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'm reading an article, okay? I seem to agree with a lot of what they're saying in here, but I'm reading an article. Am I a conspiracy theorist? Take a look at what's going on. Take a look at what they've done. Take a look at the millions and millions, tens of millions of people that have crossed over into this country, unlawfully, and ask yourselves, Maybe one of those 1,000 people that they know of that crossed into this country unlawfully, that is a T word. You know those T words that like to do bad things to harass populations? Maybe one of those 1,000 will do something crazy, because it only takes one. Their goal is to make America ungovernable, and for 2.5 months they will have this administration's regime in charge to help accelerate the violence by turning every federal agency against the American people. And the federal government has already given itself permission to tell the military to fire on American citizens. My military brothers and sisters out there, make sure that you read the Constitution now more than ever, and understand that you cannot follow an unlawful order. It is your duty to not follow an unlawful order. Please read the Constitution. One day this country will not exist, just like other countries in the past did not exist. But the people are still here, and the people will still be here one day when America is no more. Maybe it'll be called America 1 or America 2 or the Americas. Whatever it may be, one day it will cease to exist. And our job as providers, our jobs as people that are head of households, is to make sure that our family can make that transition. Because on a personal level, on a one-person level, the best that you can do is to make sure that your family survives and that you will be an asset to your community as well, in my opinion. What happens here is anyone's guess. If we make it that far, they say, at some point the chaos is sufficiently widespread. China may wage an invasion with the help of Mexican drug cartels. The most likely target of this invasion is Arizona. I don't think that we will have an actual ground invasion from an actual country saying, hey, we're invading the USA. I don't think that will happen, but if anything bad does happen, I think that it will be with the sleeper cells that they've already installed via the southern border. There's sleeper cells, ladies and gentlemen, in every state of this nation, even here in Alaska, in my opinion. Or else, why would they be sending so many military-age males up through the southern border? Similarly, BRICS nations may publicly denounce the dollar and abandon it simultaneously. Do you see how easy it is to dismantle America if all of the countries around the world decided that they wanted us to disappear as a global power? We can still be here in name, but will we be the global power and influence around the world that we currently are? And Operation Sandman, ladies and gentlemen, would cause U.S. treasuries to suffer plummeting value, requiring the Treasury to dramatically raise the long-term interest rates just to survive. Such a move will only accelerate the downward spiral to the hyperinflation and financial oblivion that we face. And even without these things happening, we face a hyperinflation and financial oblivion. All of these debt-based financial systems that are fiat currency systems, they're debt-based, ladies and gentlemen. They're credit-based, and they all have a lifespan. And the lifespan of the Federal Reserve note is almost over. Many other scenarios are also possible between Election Day and January 20th of 2025. They will stop at nothing to destroy Trump and destroy America, especially if they realize that they can no longer control it. It's all about control, and it's all about surviving. All about who's surviving? Those that control the government now. Because by controlling the government, by controlling the fiat currency, by controlling those that write the laws, they control we the people, the cattle. And this is something that I've heard quite often in the past, and that's that if Trump takes office, he will be the last president of the United States of America, a collapsing empire. Should Trump actually manage to take office, pulling America out of the muck is an impossible task, and even Trump won't be able to stop the financial collapse of the bankrupt empire, something I've been talking about for a long time. It doesn't matter who wins. We are financially doomed as a country as it is. The only way that we can continue to go forward financially, ladies and gentlemen, financially speaking, is if we continue to get taxed more than what we are today. And at what point will it be too much? At what point will the American people say, no more, you cannot tax me anymore? I'm barely surviving as it is, and I'm tired of looking at that 0.1% living off of our labor, living off of the inflation that you create that steals our wealth. Eventually, the people will say no more. Ultimately, there is no saving America. Their collapse is followed by reformation. A new America can rise from the ashes of this collapsed nation, but only after the federal government defaults on its debt, abandons the dollar currency, shuts down most of the federal government and the military, and carries out mass arrests and prosecutions of the long list of traitors and treasonous actors who brought the nation to its knees. I believe that America can survive. I believe that America, if it goes back to the Constitution, to actually not interpreting it, but following what it says, black and white, and just going back to the Constitution will allow us to see who the traitors are. All right, ladies and gentlemen? And then those traitors can, go to court, have their due justice, and what happens, happens. But we can go back to an America that is constitutionally based. It won't be easy. And the main reason why it won't be easy is because our wealth has been extracted and given to other nations and given to just a very few. But we can go back to being America. And finishing it off, they warn, prepare for extreme chaos, hyperinflation, food scarcity, and domestic warfare. Again, it's all of what they've talked about on this article here, on this analysis. Is it out of the realm of possibilities, of probabilities? Do you think that this could never happen? Ladies and gentlemen, it's happened all over the world, to many different countries, and to most countries that are here now. In their history, this kind of stuff has happened. Why is it that it can never happen to the United States of America? I hope that it never will. And I hope that we can get out of this conundrum that we are in. But just in case that it does, wouldn't you want to be prepared? America as we know it will likely cease to exist within the very first year of a Trump presidency. We will likely see currency collapse, a bank crisis, domestic warfare, and likely even secession or nullification efforts by various states. Blue states may even refuse to recognize him as president, deciding instead to recognize their own president and moving their capital to California. We could quickly find ourselves living in the divided states of America with all the economic and geopolitical chaos that you might expect. Is it outside the realm of possibilities that there will be chaos, that you will need to have your preps so that you can use your preps coming in the next year or so? I've been saying it for years. Be prepared just in case. Well, in different parts of the country, in different parts of the world, people have been able to use their preps because they've met crises. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that the crises that we're facing in the future is going to be a lot bigger than any that we've seen thus far. So get prepared, stay prepared, help your family and friends prepare. It's not going to hurt one thing. Worst case scenario is that you get to rotate through that stuff and go through it anyways. Having said that, I probably made this video way longer than it needs to be. Go check out the coupons that you can get on OUPES products so that when the sale begins, you can save big bucks because this is going to be a pretty epic sale. And again, there's going to be an awesome giveaway that's related to this sale for those that participate in it. All right. Having said that, I hope that you're having a great week thus far. Have a great rest of your week. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.